Hello everyone, my name is Shoaib Aziz and I am from Jaipur Engineering College and Research Center. Currently I am in my 5th semester and I am from the Department of Electrical Engineering. So as we all know that currently India is a growing economy, due to which there is an emergence of metropolitan cities and huge amount of people move to these cities, and due to which the population density per unit area increases. As a consequence of which there is a huge mismanagement of water due to large amount of water getting wasted. So as we all know that the previous year the city of Chennai was the most hardly hit by this problem. To solve this problem there are a couple of methods available, like the water alarm method, the ball and socket system, but quite honestly these systems are outdated and they are not user programmable and they have limited technology and the user cannot use them according to his or her own needs. So what I have done, I have designed a project that is water level management, monitoring and controlling through a Raspberry Pi platform using the Python programming language. Previously what we used to do in our house was that we used to physically switch on our house water pump, and if for some reason we forget to switch it off, there would be a huge overflow of water and the water would get wasted. So what this system would do is it would automatically switch off the motor once our tank is full, and even it would automatically switch on the motor once our tank is empty through a device called relay. The distinction in this project is it would show us instantaneous reading of our water level in our tank through ultrasonic distance sensor. So for the construction part, let's just straightly jump into the project.
So in this part we will see the procedure to make our project into shape. So the first time we are going to connect the sensor to the breadboard. The sensor has got 4 terminals: VCC, trigger, echo and ground. We are going to connect the VCC terminal, the trigger terminal, the echo terminal and the ground terminal, and from the breadboard we are going to connect our sensor to the Pi module. So the VCC pin goes into the 5 volt supply of the Pi. So this is how it is done. The trigger goes into GPIO 4 of the Pi. In my case it is GPIO 4, it would be varying if you choose any other GPIO pin. So GPIO 4 is pin number 7 on the Pi, and this is pin number 7. Now the echo pin. So we connect the echo pin in series with a resistance of 440 ohm. Okay, so this is the 440 ohm resistance. We are going to connect it on the breadboard. The connections became a little bit loose. Okay, so we take another male to female cable, and from this resistance terminal we connect it to GPIO 17. Okay, we'll leave the ground terminal aside for 1 minute. So now let's connect the buzzer. We'll take the positive end of the buzzer and place it in the breadboard. Let's keep aside the sensor for a moment. Okay, and from here we take a male to female cable of any appropriate color code. And we place it into GPIO 21, which is physical pin number 40 on the Pi. Again we will leave the ground terminal aside for a moment. Okay, now we'll place the LED. With the positive end of the LED we are going to place the resistance in series so as to limit the current flowing through the LED. We place the resistance in series. So we have placed the resistance in series, and again for a while we leave the ground terminal aside. Now let's come on to the relay board. So what we can see on the relay board is there are two terminals named JD, VCC and VCC, and between them there is a jumper. What we have to do is we have to simply remove the jumper, and we have take a female to female cable, connect the JD VCC port of it to the another 5 volt supply on the 5 board, take the VCC part of it and connect it to the 3.3 volt supply, which is the pin number 1 on the pipe. Okay, so there are another 4 pins in continuation: ground, IN1, IN2 and VCC. We will use IN2 here. Connect IN2 using a female to female jumper cable to physical pin number 32. And this is pin number 32, if I am not wrong. Yes, it is 32. And we are going to connect the ground terminal. The ground terminal which is with the IN1, IN2 and VCC to the ground, to the negative terminal of the LED. Okay. In the same way we are going to connect the negative terminal of the buzzer with the negative terminal of the LED. We are going to connect the ground of the sensor using a male to male cable. The ground of the sensor to where the buzzer, the relay and the LED is connected in the same port. And we are going to take another male to female cable and connect it to the ground on the pipe, the female part of it, and the male to the negative of the LED, the negative of the buzzer in the same terminal. This is how we ground all the equipment through a single terminal, and we do not need to use many jumper cables. Now as this is only a demonstration video, we are not going to physically connect a motor, but we will connect a LED bulb, and this would be connected to our mains, and we will switch it on and off so as to replicate our actual task. So we will just loosen up the screws, and I am going to connect it to relay number 2. So there are 3 terminals on it: normally open, common and normally closed. So we have, as you can see, we have cut this live wire and put one end of it into normally open and another end into common. Do not put the other end into normally closed, because if you do so, then the action might be reversed. Then the action will be reversed. If you switch it on, it will switch off, and if you switch it off, it will switch on. Tighten the screws, and do take care while doing this task, because in this circuit 250 volt main supply is flowing, so do take proper precautions. Now put it into the main supply, and now as we can see, the whole setup is complete. The circuit is assembled. So actually in the last clip we forgot to connect the LED. It's very simple. Take a male to female jumper cable and connect the male end across the resistance on the breadboard and the female end on the Raspberry Pi to GPIO 20, and the LED shall be connected. So here is the working model of the project, and we can see that we have mounted the ultrasonic distance sensor on the top of it. The sensor is used to measure the depth of the water. We can see that this is the tub, and the tub is half filled. The sensor is showing the distance on the screen right there. It has been programmed to measure the distance every 1 second. It is showing the distance every 1 second. and currently we see that the bulb which is analogous to the motor is in the off state. So now we will empty the tank up and wait. So when the system will reach the threshold, you can see as soon as it reaches the threshold, the bulb which was analogous to the motor switched on. Now when we will fill the tank up, the motor which is the bulb should switch off. You can see the distance slowly starts to decrease. We are filling the tank. We need some more water to fill it. And you see it beeped and it went off. So this is how the model works, and it will continue to work on and on as the water level goes up and goes down. We see that the water level is maintained and there will be no further loss of water for no specific reason.
So now let's come to the most important prospect of this project, that are the learnings. So we have learned to use the Raspberry Pi, the relay boards, and the ultrasonic distance sensor and the Python programming language. The outcome is that there shall be no further wastage of water due to mismanagement and negligence if such systems are made available commercially. The future scope is that we hope that these systems will be made available and installed in each and every household and commercial places with further advancement. Finally, I would like to thank my mentor and guide, Professor L. Senthil, for his constant guidance and constructive criticism. And the last bouquet of thanks goes to my brother, Mr. Tariq Aziz, who helped me with the Python programming language. Thank you very much.